My fingers traced the embossed business card in my pocket as I walked into Cirque. The maître recognized me instantly, not from my frequent family dinners here, but from the Forbes cover last week. He wisely said nothing as he led me to our usual table. Sarah. Finally, Mom waved, pearl bracelet catching the light. We were just discussing Emma's amazing promotion. Senior Director of Technology at age 30. I slid into my seat, ordering water while my sister held court. Emma's MIT ring flashed as she gestured, describing her latest project managing a team of 20 developers. So, Emma turned to me, perfect eyebrows raised, still looking for a job? It's been 6 months since graduation. The quantum computing processor blueprints in my briefcase seemed to pulse. 5 years of secret development, countless nights in my garage lab, and tomorrow morning quantum innovations would go public. Any interviews? Dad asked, frowning. Your sister could put in a word at her company. Maybe something in data entry. I sipped my water, thinking of the private jet waiting to take me to New York for tomorrow's opening bell. Actually, I've been working on something. Oh honey, Mom sighed, please tell me it's not another one of your science projects. Remember your quantum whatever thesis? No company would even look at it. Emma snorted. Because it was theoretical nonsense. Real tech companies need practical solutions, not garage experiments. The TV above the bar caught my attention. CNBC was running our pre-IPO coverage. I'd insisted on keeping my identity private until tomorrow, letting the technology speak for itself. Breaking. Quantum innovations set for historic IPO. Revolutionary computing technology valued at billions. Speaking of tech, Emma gestured to the screen, that's the kind of company you should aim for. Though they'd never hire someone with no experience. Maybe start with basic coding bootcamp. My phone buzzed, a message from our CFO. Final valuation, $4.2 billion. Everything's set for tomorrow. You know, Emma continued, my team needs a junior assistant. Very junior. But it's better than nothing, right? The quantum processor prototype felt heavy in my briefcase. The same technology Emma's company had dismissed as theoretical nonsense 2 years ago. To my brilliant daughter, Dad raised his glass to Emma. Leading the future of technology. I checked my watch. 14 hours until the opening bell. 14 hours until they learned that while they were mocking my garage experiments, I'd revolutionized quantum computing. Here's my card. Emma slid her business card across the table. Call my assistant. We'll find something appropriate for your level. I reached into my pocket, fingers wrapping around my own card. The one with Dr. Sarah Chin, CO Quantum Innovations, embossed in silver. Tomorrow they'd learn that the garage experiment they'd ridiculed had just made me a billionaire. Sometimes success isn't about proving them wrong, it's about proving yourself right. Don't wait too long, Emma called as we left. Good jobs are hard to find with no experience. I smiled, thinking of the stack of acquisition offers on my desk, including one from Emma's company. Sometimes the best revenge isn't served cold. It's served at the opening bell. Morning light streamed through the windows of my private jet as we approached New York. The NASDAQ building glowed in the distance, its massive screens already displaying our company logo, a quantum helix in electric blue. Dr. Chin. My assistant Michael appeared with a tablet. Final numbers are in. Pre-market trading suggests we'll open at $142 per share, possibly higher. That would put your personal stake at approximately $2.8 billion. I adjusted my Tom Ford suit, the one I'd bought after our first successful prototype but never worn to family dinners. And the acquisition offers? 17 total, including a desperate last-minute bid from TechCorp. He smirked. Your sister's company. The irony wasn't lost on me. 2 years ago I'd sat in TechCorp's lobby for 3 hours, waiting to pitch my quantum computing concept. Emma had walked past twice, pretending not to see me. Their rejection letter had called my work fundamentally unrealistic. My phone buzzed with texts from last night's dinner. Mom, honey, Emma's team really could use an assistant. Think about it. Emma, called my HR. They might have entry-level coding positions. Better than nothing. Dad, be reasonable, Sarah. You need real experience. They're here, Michael announced, checking his tablet. Your family just arrived at NASDAQ. They think they're attending TechCorp's quarterly investor meeting. The screens in Times Square flickered to life as we landed. CNBC's headline scrolled, "Tech World Buzzes. Who is Quantum Innovations' mystery CEO?" At the NASDAQ entrance, reporters clustered with cameras ready. Through the glass doors, I spotted my family in the front row, Emma checking her phone impatiently. "Trading starts in 20 minutes, Michael whispered. "Your sister's giving an interview about TechCorp's revolutionary new project." I watched through the monitors as Emma spoke to CNBC. "Our quantum computing division is industry-leading. No other company comes close to our theoretical models." If she only knew those theoretical models were pale imitations of my prototype from 3 years ago. And now, the NASDAQ president approached the podium. "We're honored to welcome the most anticipated tech IPO of the decade. A company that has fundamentally transformed computing as we know it." Emma was still talking to the reporter, gesturing dramatically about her team's innovations. Led by the youngest CEO ever to ring the opening bell. Dad checked his watch, probably wondering when TechCorp's meeting would start. "Please welcome the founder and CEO of Quantum Innovations, Dr. Sarah Chin." The room fell silent. Emma's interview microphone slipped from her hand. I stepped onto the stage, my heels clicking against marble. The quantum processor prototype gleamed in its display case beside me, the same one Emma had called garage junk. "Thank you," I began, my voice carrying across the suddenly silent room. 5 years ago I started Quantum Innovations in my garage, with a dream of revolutionizing computing. Mom's champagne glass froze halfway to her lips. Today that dream becomes reality. Our quantum processors are not just theoretical, they're functional, patented, and about to change everything we know about computing power. Dad's face paled as the screens displayed my corporate profile and net worth. "And I'm especially pleased to announce our first acquisition." I paused, looking directly at Emma, of TechCorp's struggling quantum computing division, which our board approved this morning. Emma's perfect makeup couldn't hide her shock as she realized her entire division now belonged to her unemployed sister. "The opening bell rings in 2 minutes, I continued smoothly, "though I should warn TechCorp investors your quantum computing assets now belong to us." Evening shadows stretched across my new Manhattan office as I watched the financial headlines scroll across multiple screens. Quantum Innovations soars 250% on first trading day. World's youngest self-made female tech billionaire emerges. TechCorp shares plummet after quantum division acquisition. Revolutionary quantum processor redefines computing limits. "Dr. Chin," Michael appeared, "your family is here. They've been trying to reach you since the bell ringing." I turned from the panoramic windows of our new headquarters, formerly TechCorp's executive floor. "Send them in." The doors opened to reveal a very different family from last night's dinner. Emma's power suit looked wrinkled, her confidence shattered. Mom's designer handbag hung limply at her side. Dad clutched his TechCorp stock certificates, now worth 40% less than yesterday. "Sarah." Emma's voice trembled, "You can't just, my division, my team. Please sit." I gestured to the custom leather chairs facing my desk. The same model Emma had bragged about in her corner office, which was now mine. "How long?" Dad demanded. "How long have you been planning this?" 5 years, 2 months and 14 days, I replied, pulling up our patent documents. Exactly how long it's been since Emma told the TechCorp board my quantum theories were unrealistic garage experiments. "But you were unemployed," Mom whispered. "All those dinners, listening to us worry about your future." "I was building the future," I corrected, displaying our quantum processor specs. "While you were pitying my unemployment, I was filing patents that just revolutionized computing. Did you really think I spent 2 years just looking for work?" Emma stared at her now obsolete TechCorp ID. "My quantum computing team will be thoroughly retrained," I finished. "Their theoretical models were 3 years behind our working prototypes anyway." "You can't do this to your sister," Mom pleaded. "Her career. Like she did to me?" I pulled up the security footage from 2 years ago. "Remember this, Emma? When you walked past me twice in your lobby, pretending not to see your own sister waiting to pitch her garage project?" The screen showed Emma deliberately avoiding eye contact as she passed by my younger self, clutching the prototype designs. Your department, I slid papers across my desk, is being restructured. However, I'm prepared to offer you a position. Hope flickered in Emma's eyes. Junior developer, I continued. Entry level, of course. Someone needs to learn actual quantum computing rather than just talking about it. Dad's face reddened as I echoed Emma's condescending job offers from the past year. This is revenge, Emma accused. No, I touched the quantum processor displayed on my desk. This is innovation. The revenge part is just a bonus. Michael appeared with fresh market reports. Final trading numbers, Dr. Chin. We closed at $355 per share. Also, the White House called about the defense contract. Through my window, Times Square blazed with our company logo and my Forbes cover photo. Now, I turned back to my family. About that junior position, Emma. The coding bootcamp you recommended last night might help you qualify. Something about starting with the basics, right? The silence was thick enough to cut with a quantum laser. Take some time to think about it. I stood, straightening my CEO nameplate. Though I should mention, like all revolutionary technologies, space is limited. As they shuffled toward the door, shoulders slumped, I picked up Emma's TechCorp badge from my desk. Oh, and Emma? She turned, mascara smudged. Don't worry about being very junior. Everyone has to start somewhere. The door closed as New York's lights twinkled below, each one a pixel in the display of my success. Sometimes the best innovations aren't recognized until they're impossible to ignore. I touched the quantum processor again, feeling its subtle vibration. In my garage years ago, this little piece of silicon had whispered promises of revolution. Now it was shouting them from every financial screen in the world. The final headlines of the day scrolled past. Quantum Innovation CO, from garage experiments to global tech leader. Dr. Sarah Chin named Times Person of the Year in Technology. TechCorp executives step down after historic market loss. Sometimes the most powerful code isn't written in computers. It's written in redemption.